Welcome to the Crimson Comedy Show! Welcome to the Crimson Comedy Show. I'm your host, Andy. Today we got a very special guest, Leo
Zuniga.
aka Liam Z, aka Leo Fontana, aka TMZ, aka the Certified Thorthopounder.
The Torpedator.
Did I say your name right? Say it again.
Yes, Zuniga.
Leo Zuniga. What ethnicity are you?
I'm Salvadorian.
Oh shit! Why did you tell me I let you in my house? What the fuck?
Why did I steal shit and stuff?
I voted for Trump. Who'd you vote for?
I didn't vote.
It's okay. I won't tell nobody.
I would have voted for Kamala low key.
Like, I get it. People wanted a female president, but like, what does she have to offer? Like,
Mm.
they said that she raised $1 billion in 3 months, and then she blew it, and she's negative 20 million.
Damn, dude.
Trump was offering to pay off an extra 20 million. I was like, God damn, that fool's a beast. But like, what the hell she spent her money on? They're like, oh, 10 million on Beyonce, 10 million on this, and then Eminem was the least paid one. He got paid $1 million.
Oh, that sucks.
And now everybody hates him, fucking idiot. Anyways, but yeah, I was like, yeah, they want a female president, but like, well, what is she offering? She's like, oh, they want to give trans people sex changes in prison. Yeah, like, do you hear yourself? Who the fuck would want to get a sex change in prison?
Dude, I've heard stories where they force kids to take hormones in prison so they can be like chicks and they can have them, dude. Real talk.
He's like, take this shit. Yeah.
Force them to take.
He's like, I like when you moan, girl. No, but seriously, like, okay, I couldn't imagine the healthcare in prison, right? Like, if you get stabbed, will you really want to go to the prison hospital? Like, you come out, you get stabbed in the stomach, and you come out with like stitches on your back. Like, what the fuck?
Dude, I heard you can't go. You have to like cure yourself because if you go,
I'll
it
just
looks
put
like
some
a stitch,
I'll just
dude.
put some Vaseline on it.
Super glue that shit, dude.
You got a staple gun?
For real.
No, but like seriously, like a sex change in prison. Like, imagine a trans woman getting sex change. Like, that's a wound that will never heal. Like, some dude's gonna be waiting to test it out. Like, let me get a slice of that strawberry cheesecake.
Yeah.
I call it a strawberry cheesecake. That's what I imagine it looks like with the blood and pus. Do you guys still like strawberry cheesecake?
I once saw a video on Instagram. I don't know if it was true. It showed like the the sex operation, and it was the dick, and then like they fold it back, and, like, all the nerves they make it into a vagina. Dude, it was so.
You just made me think of Jeepers Creepers. You know, his mouth opens up like that. Like, you're like, here's a clit.
Dude, I didn't even see that. I haven't seen that movie in a minute.
There's a guy at work that looks like him. He's fucking creepy looking. Like, sometimes, like, I'll look over, like, he stares, and just see him stare at me. I feel like he's like, what body part do I want? That movie was badass. They came out with a one that was like a prequel or something. Like, it was low.
Oh yeah.
It was low budget, but it was a good fucking movie. Like, it was a low budget movie, but in this one, his car was like 007. It had like gadgets and shit. Like, he was like drop like things that would like tear up their tires and stuff. It was more like sophisticated, you know?
Because he had the old beat up truck.
It was the same one, but in this one, it did more things.
Oh,
Like,
that's wild.
like 007, you know, he pushes a button and missiles shoot out or something. It was doing something like that where he would like push something and like it would drop weapons or I don't remember exactly, but it was badass. He had a sick ass truck. But anyways, I love horror movies. You like horror movies?
I kind of little.
What do you mean a little?
Like I occasionally see him, but like I don't like seeing him at night by myself.
Me and my daughter, she's 15. We went and saw the new Terrifier movie. That shit is so sick.
I saw it.
You saw it was good, huh?
I thought the second one was better.
It was kind of weird because like in that one, she was like a superhero out of nowhere. She turned into like when she got her sword lit up like a Zeus or some shit, and then she like attacked him.
That made it look cool. They made it bad.
The third one just ended so harsh. Like, god damn, like he did her so dirty. Like,
She did have superpowers because she healed.
yeah, I know, but I'm saying in the third one it was like at what he did to everyone.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be a spoiler.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't care. How she did how he killed everybody. Like, oh my god, like I felt so bad for her. Like, And when she was tied up in the room, he just kept coming by and smacking her in the
My
head.
friend said he liked that.
Well, I laughed in the theater when that happened, and people were looking at me like, "What the
Dude,
fuck?"
I did appreciate that Terrifier 3, they had a lot of comedic effect with like the clown. Like, so it's super gory and scary, but it balance out with the comedy and funny
Yeah, because
parts.
he's a clown, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those movies. We met him. Me and my daughter. We went to the Ontario Convention Center. Like they have them like every 6 months, some horror conventions.
Mhm.
We got to meet him. I think we got the second DVD autograph by him, and then my daughter took a picture. It's down. I'll show you later. It's downstairs.
Nice.
But she wanted to go again to meet him, but we lagged on buying tickets, and I was like, we already got it. I don't feel like going again, you know.
Dude, I remember that weekend because I went to see some random comic at the Ontario Improv. And I guess there was a Sabrina the Teenage Witch movie or Buffy the Vampire Slayer in the 90s, like an
Yeah, yeah,
OG
yeah.
movie. That actress was at that convention. And then they invited her to a comedy show. She was there.
Oh, she's hot, the blonde one.
Yeah,
She
but it
blonde.
wasn't Sarah Michelle
Yeah,
Gellar.
no, I know what you're talking about. The original Buffy. I don't know her name either, but she was fucking fine in the 90s.
She was like middle age. They were like, oh, like,
Yeah, she's got to be like 50 because
yeah, she's like,
she was like maybe 18 or 20. That movie was in the 90s. That was like Kiefer Sutherland. I don't know how to say his
oh
name.
shit, was he in that?
That movie is badass. Look it up. It's called I think it's Buffy the Vampire
Yeah,
Slayer.
Buffy.
You're talking about the TV show. That shit was
No,
corny,
but
but
the OG movie, that
yeah,
actress was there. She was like, I just came from the Ontario Convention horror thing.
I didn't see her there. Like
Huh?
there's so many people there, and there's like lines out the door. Like my wife met Rose McGowan.
Oh, cool.
It's over there. You can see the poster is autographed of her, but she was fucking fine. You remember her from Scream? She was like one of the popular
Oh,
friends,
yeah.
big boobs, and she was in like remember the movie Ready to Rumble, the wrestling movie, the WCW movie.
Vaguely remember
She
that.
was like the girlfriend or whatever she was. Like she like double crossed him, and I love that movie. That movie was badass. But anyways, we met a few people there, but it's expensive because you have to pay to meet them, take a photo, get an autograph. So
Yeah.
you gotta pick one. You know, like I told my daughter, you can pick one person. It's like $70 or $80. I'm not fucking one person, all right? So she chose him. So
Dude, because that chick from Terrifier 2 was there too.
yeah,
The hero.
the boy was there, the
The
girl.
boy.
He's a little boy, the brother.
Dude, he grew up in
No,
Terrifier 3,
no.
dude.
When we saw him, he was still a little boy. He rocked
Like a
a
teenage
no.
puberty
He
hit.
must have like grew a couple feet in a year or two because
yeah.
when he was little when we saw him. That was when the second movie came out. So I don't know how many. I think it was like 2 years ago. I don't know.
Because Terrifier 3, I'm like, damn, he's like an adult almost, dude.
That's why they had to kill him off. He's like, you're too fucking tall.
You're
You're out
not
of.
cute and little anymore, dude.
I didn't know this, but I remember him. Like one of my favorite bands is the Misfits,
Oh, nice.
and he used to interview bands. I remember seeing him as a little kid, like interviewing
Oh, shit.
Jerry. I mean not Jerry only Doyle from the Misfits. The guy looks like Frankenstein with his face painted.
I only know Danzig.
Well, it's the guitar player. He always paints his face, comes out like Frankenstein. He's no shirt on. He's all buff and shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, he was interviewing him, and I was like, oh shit, now I remember that kid. Like,
Oh,
he was like a little kid and used to interview like bands. I don't know. I guess he's in a punk or I don't know, or metal or whatever. But I saw a clip of him. I was like, no fucking way. I remember that shit. Anyways, yeah, time flies. Like that little kid was huge.
yeah, he was like 7 feet tall in that movie.
My daughter too, man. Like, if you look at photos of her, like in right here, she looked like a child a few years ago. Now she's like a woman. Like,
Dude, it's wild when puberty hits. Yeah, they get tall and adult-like and stuff.
I was short and fat when I was little, and I just got short and fat with a little stubble on my face.
A
That's all.
little acne.
Do you remember when you first started growing pubes?
Dude, I think I was like in 7th grade. I think I was in middle school. I think.
Yeah, because like I remember getting like armpit hair, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I remember like 7th grade. I was like, oh fuck.
But anyways, when I was in junior high, I didn't have any armpit hair, and then there was this one dude. He had a full on like you and me, full on fucking beard in junior high. I was like, Loki.
Dude, I remember in high school seeing dudes with full beards. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, my friend Brian had full beard too. That motherfucker had a nasty one. I grew up to the top of his eyes, like those way up there. It's like my beard doesn't grow that high, but those fools that have that shit way up there, like, and if they don't fucking line it up, you see this. It's like, god damn,
Dude, my shit lately, the last couple years, starting to grow higher and higher.
you're gonna be like this.
Yeah, like in 5 years, it's gonna be up here, dude.
No, mine's I always trim mine. I use the little razor to keep them down, but yeah, I couldn't wait to get facial hair. For the longest time, I just rocked a little goatee. Like I look back at photos, I'm like, fair. But I couldn't grow it. Like my shit was patchy forever, and I finally grew a decent beard. But anyways, yeah. So let's talk about comedy. We're over here talking about random shit. So how long have you been doing comedy now?
Like 3 years.
What made you start?
I've always been a fan of the local IE scene for years, bro. And then I finally got the guts to do it.
What do you mean you were the fan? Like you just went to random shows and then you're like, oh fuck it, I want to go?
Cause do you know Liam's Irish Pub in Colton?
No.
Well, there used to be a dude named Rick Rome and his homie Just Mikey, and they did a comedy show there for like 10 years. This is like pre-buddy system.
Hmm.
And me and my friend, my brother would go to that bar and we met Rick Rome. So he'd do local shows like, oh, come through. And the first time I went to the improv, because he put me on the guest list, like me and my friends and my
Sick.
brother, and we got it for free. And that was the first time I went to the improv.
Yeah. I've always been a fan of comedy too. Like I used to just go to shows, whatever. Just but I started going by myself. Like same with concerts. I used to go to concerts a lot. And then people are like, oh, I can't go, I can't go. And then I wouldn't go, and I'm like, miss out. I'm like, then I started saying, fuck it, I'll go by myself, you know? So I started going to comedy shows by myself. And if you're a loser by yourself, they put you front row VIP, like, because there's nowhere to sit you. So, fuck, I've gotten VIP section plenty of times for going. So it kind of benefits me, you know?
Dude, I'll give the viewers a tip if you want to go to a comedy show by yourself. Show up after the comedy show starts. They sit you in the back. That's what I do, bro. I never sit in the front. Fuck that.
That benefited me because, like I said, I met when I went to go see Big J. I met Owen there, or kind of.
Shout out Owen Parker.
Oh, and I told Owen I'm gonna stop giving him. He doesn't deserve all these shout outs. He's in every episode. He's probably like, yeah. Anyways, we sat next to each other. Jay Atkinson ripped him a new one,
Yeah.
and then I met him like 6 months later at the open mic because that's when I was like I would go to watch shows, and I'm like fuck I want to watch it. I mean I don't want to watch him. I'm like I want to do this, you know. So I just googled open mic, and the first open mic that popped up was the Ontario Improv one. So I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna go. And then I went to watch it one time just to see how it
Yeah.
goes. And then the following month I went, and I was not ready because
Yeah.
the 3 minutes it seemed like so long. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't remember what I was talking about. I froze on stage. I told the story before. I froze. It was embarrassing. Like, it was one of the only times I've ever done that. But then I met Owen, and I met a bunch of people after that. Like, people were cool. Like, I met a lot of people that night. And then that's when I started. They told me about the buddy system, and I went there and I started meeting fucking everyone there. But you said we met at Dogs, but I don't remember meeting you there. I honestly, to tell you the truth, you just appear places. I don't know where the fuck.
I'm just conjure up, dude.
People can concur what I'm saying because
For real.
you're just there. Like when I wanted to get you on here, I'm like, I know you don't have social media. He doesn't have social media supposedly, but I was like, fuck, I want to have him on here, but I don't. How do I get a hold of him? So then when I finally saw you at fucking CK's, I was like, hey, let's fucking go. And I was like, I like this dude. You know, we get along. You know, we both share the love for like strippers and prostitutes. And
You're wild.
I was like, this guy's cool. I like
You'll
you.
put that out there, not.
Who doesn't like strippers and prostitutes? You got some more small businesses, you know. This right now, or the holidays are coming up. What is it? Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yeah.
Fuck Thanksgiving. I really don't care about Thanksgiving. But anyways, fuck Thanksgiving. Anyways, there are some single moms out there working hard for their children. So get out there, support the strippers.
Dude, I heard this tip. I don't know if it's true. They're like, oh, go to the strip club like towards the end of the month because the girls need to pay their bills and they'll do more wild shit. I'm like, oh,
I
fuck.
went one time. I went one time. All right, guys. One time when I was like 18, and it was in the ghetto. Ghetto is fucking up in Pomona.
Oh,
Raunchy, like ghetto. Like I said, I just went with the friends. I had no intention to go, and we went. So we're trying to leave, right? And there's this black lady. She's like, "Hey guys, you want to dance?" We're like, "Nah, we're trying to leave." And then she's like, $10 each of you guys, $10. I was like, "Nah, we gotta go." And then we just ended up leaving, right? She was pretty, but
nice.
but it's just funny that she was like, $10, $10. Come on, like,
Please.
stay. You wanna dance? But later on, my friend had sent me a link to like a corno film, Corn. We're not gonna say the other one. We're gonna say Corn. But he sent me her video. Like she was a corn star. I was like, I could have got a left dance from a corn star.
That would have been dope.
No, but that was my first and last time. I've tried to go again, but everyone's like, I don't want to spend money, blah blah blah. I'm like, I guess. You only gotta pay $10 to get in. That's not that a lot. You don't gotta make it rain on these girls, you know.
Yeah, you don't.
But like I said, the holidays are coming up. There's hardworking single moms out there. Go out there and support them.
Oh, yeah.
As a Docs is right next to one of them too. I'm not gonna name the name, but
Oh,
I told my girl about that because I went to the Doc's place to do the comedy shows a few times before they started running at fucking midnight, 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, it's right next to the strip club. And she's like, how do you know that? I'm like, because it's literally right there. I've never been to that one, but the one I went to was in Pomona and Ghetto. But yeah. So yeah, support your local strippers. Let them get their kids some bikes and toys for Christmas.
Man, I heard a rumor supposedly those girls from that club go to that bar. And it makes sense because it's right there.
What, at 2 in the morning? When's their shift though, or maybe before their shift?
Maybe
Like
they do the daytime shift or something.
I don't know. I heard that about nurses. Nurses are really
Oh, fuck.
freaks. That if you like go to the local bars around the like the hospitals, that's where they're at. So yeah, if you're dating a nurse, good luck, honey.
For real.
Good luck. I mean,
I don't think I would.
could you imagine your girl around like hot doctors and other nurses and firefighters and cops?
Like all these winners, paramedics that are all buff and tall.
And then you look like me, like. So I'll never date a nurse. Fuck that.
Yeah, dude.
Anyways, what were we talking about? Strip clubs.
Oh, well, I remember I talked to you at Docs, and then you're like, yeah, because I was like, I saw you at Brooks. And you're like, yeah, some fucking dumb.
Oh yeah.
You're like, someone wrote a suggest because at Brooks,
The worst suggestions.
He's like, it's impossible. I was like, bro, I wrote that. And you were like, oh, fuck.
They talking about what is it called? The
The,
bottom of the bucket.
the riff off. The riff.
Oh, yeah, same thing. Bottom of the barrel, whatever. I went one time and then I was so embarrassed that I never went back. And like I said, the suggestions were horrible and I looked like an idiot. And I said, this guy right here is the one who put him in.
Yeah, yeah.
You scarred me. I've never gone back. I want to go again, but I'm like, fuck. Like,
Dude, that's a rough mic, dude. It's like no one's paying attention. Sometimes no one's in there. It's like you're automatically gonna bomb if you go there.
I've done so many shows like that where it's all comics and one couple. Like,
Yeah, exactly, dude.
I did a show in Orange County and there was all comics, one couple, and and they were foreigners too.
Oh, damn.
So I didn't give a fuck. I'm performing to these people. Fuck everyone else. They all know. They all heard my jokes anyways. They all know me, you know. So I'm performing to them, and they were like from another country. I think they're from Canada or something. But these motherfuckers were freaks.
Yeah.
I think C started talking to them. He started like doing crowd work. I don't know. Maybe he was bored, but they started talking about the girl. She was a freak. She was talking about 3 ways, 2 ways, 5 ways, sideways,
Shit.
doing coke. And I was like, whoa, like this girl's a freak. And her man, or whatever, was kind of like a cuck afterwards. Like I kind of felt bad, but they were dressed. He was dressed nice, like a businessman. He looked good. Like I was like, I was supposed to like a boss. And then as soon as she started talking, I was like, oh, he's a bitch. Like, she's like, yeah, I've had 5 guys at one time. I was like, oh, geez.
That guy's a simp.
And then after the show, I was outside chilling, and then they came up to me like, "Hey, you know where the local strip clubs are?" And I was like, "We're in Orange County." I'm like, "Fuck, I don't remember. I haven't been out here in a while." But I was like, "There's some famous ones out here. Like I see it on TV and stuff." And then yeah, they're like went to go find a strip club. I was like, "All right, enjoy your night, guys. Fuck out of here."
Good one.
But yeah, they were cool. They just randomly showed up. They said they saw the flyer online and then just showed up. They were from Canada, but they might have been French Canadians because they have weird accents. So. They're like, how will we drink our wine?
Dude, I was at 3 Iron last time, and there was an elderly Canadian couple there, and I was saying some like anti-Semitic jokes.
I was like, Drake sucks.
Dude, I think Canadians love comedy because I've seen every comedy show has like a Canadian there in the audience, or a Canadian couple.
Trailer Park Boys is my favorite TV show ever.
Good show.
I have their tattoo right here. I'm like, I'll show you later. I could have went and seen them, but I had to go to a funeral where it's okay, rest in peace. But I had tickets to go see the LA show, and then some tragedy happened, and we didn't go. But they haven't been back. Then COVID happened, all that bullshit, and they haven't been back out here since. Randy and Leahy were doing a show at the Whiskey. They were doing random shows. And then again, I had to work or something went up, and I should have went. And then Leahy died not too long after that. And I was like, fuck, man, like my opportunities were there, and I missed them. So if you want to do something, go for it. Don't fucking say, oh, next time. Unless you like Slipknot, because they're going to be performing for the next 40 fucking years. It's crazy because I was a little kid liking Slipknot, like 12, 13. And I didn't see them until I was a full-grown adult, like in my 30s. Like, I'm like, damn, it's crazy that like I could finally afford to go see them. I'm old, they're old. And like, how is this still possible, you know? Like, what kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to mostly older stuff.
Like oldies?
Like old rock and like old stuff like that.
What kind of old rock? Like Ozzy?
Nah, like 70s, 60s rock.
Like fucking Jimi Hendrix or what?
Yeah.
The Misfits are gonna be at Coachella this year.
The Misfits, I I forgot how good those two famous songs they have.
Well, there's two different singers.
Like Last Caress and what's the other one?
Halloween.
Nah, it's the two biggest ones. I know Last Caress is one, the other one is
Depends on what singer you're talking about.
it's Danzig.
Maybe We Are 138.
You
20 Eyes.
you're thinking like you're going the deeper tracks. I'm talking about like the mainstream Misfits tracks.
I don't know any of them. The only ones I ever hear that is the second singer, Michael Graves. A lot of his songs are popular because he has more of a melodic voice. And
Oh,
anyways, I met him at the whiskey. We got to meet him at the end of the show. During the show, some band had like a fucking mannequin or something on stage, and people like ripped it apart. I don't know how I got into the audience, ripped it apart, and then I found the head on the ground, right?
hey, that's about that.
And then Michael Graves said, "Hey, if you want to come meet me after, I'll stay here to the last person, and you have something to sign, I'll sign it." I had that fucking head, and I was like, "I'm gonna get this shit signed." I have the hand. It was a hand too, but I didn't get that signed. But we were literally, me and my girl were like second to last. It was like 1 in the morning. He fucking signed autograph for like 2 hours, but
Yeah.
finally got to meet him, and he's like, "Do you want to take a picture or do you want an autograph?" I was like, "No, I want an autograph." I was like, "She could take a picture." So she got a picture with him, but I was like, "Sign this fucking head," and he's like, "What the fuck?" And then he
Dude,
signed
that's
it. It's in my garage.
badass.
Just a random mannequin head, and there's still blood on it too. Like
Oh
it's
shit.
like fake blood, but
Yeah.
I've cleaned it off because it gets dusty and it's slowly going away. But
Oh,
now I don't clean where the autograph is. I don't touch
yeah,
it
yeah.
because it's starting to wear off. I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like, don't want to mess with
Hybrid
it.
moments, that's the name.
Oh,
Hybrid moments and Last Caress.
in hybrid. I don't know if we're allowed to sing. Are you allowed to sing lyrics on YouTube? No, don't do it. I don't know if it's copyright
Yeah,
bullshit.
it might be.
I don't know the rules on this. That's why we have the water bottle covered. Check it out. We got the new Crimson Comedy Show beer koozies. Hell yeah. I'm wearing the t-shirt. You guys can't see it right now, but it'll be in the photo. But we're gonna have shirts soon. We got the new poster, but the stupid lighting sucks. Sorry, we gotta get new lighting. We're ghetto. Sorry, we're still trying. But hey, I have a question. Why do they call you TMZ?
Oh, it's because I know everything, dude.
I thought it's because you like to tell friends stuff. Anyways, tell your friends. The Crimson Comedy Show. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify. Right now, you're here. You're about to witness this. My goal, I don't care if anyone gets mad. My goal is to be IE's #1 comedy fucking show. So, or podcast,
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
I'm putting it in the universe.
Oh yeah.
You heard it first from TMZ. He's gonna go straight to the source. When you leave here, you're gonna
Everyone's gonna know
you're gonna
Andy Connor
you're
wants
gonna
to be the best podcast in the
you're gonna tell your friends. I was on IE's #1
Hell yeah.
IE's #1 comedy podcast. I can't even get it out. I'm trying not to laugh.
Dude, there's not even that many comedy podcasts.
Yeah.
That's a realistic goal,
As we
dude.
said, shout out to Medium. Those guys are cool.
Oh yeah.
I'm not disrespecting anybody. I'm just fucking around. But yeah, shout out to Medium. Shout out who has a buddy system.
The Buddy Cast.
That's what it's called. Rick Bravo's Static Hour. Hell yeah.
His is pretty.
That's why I saw you on there, and you gave me a shout out because I
Oh,
figured out
yeah.
this guy supposedly doesn't have social media, and I saw a page stalking me for the longest time, and he'd always be like, "Yeah, I saw you this, I saw you that." I'm like, "How did you see it if you don't have social media?" Then I created the podcast Instagram and the same shit, following me, stalking me, and then I wrote him. I was like, "It's you, Leo. I know it's you." And he finally admitted it on Rick Bravo's podcast. What you know what episode that was?
I think it's the last
It's the
episode.
shirtless one where him and Sandy have no shirts on. What the hell happened? Was it hot?
Dude, it was like
Because
102
still, because
degrees.
it wasn't even the summer. It was still October,
No,
right?
it was still this like
September, October, right?
I think it was like August.
Because it's like summer just ended like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Dude, but Palm Springs, like, it was like 10, 11 p.m. and it's still like 100 plus. It was like, holy shit, dude.
I saw you guys and I was like, man, these fools are fucked up. Why did Sandy have his shirt off? And then what was his name? Hector was taking photos of you guys for your what was he calling your podcast?
We called it a few ones. There was a funny one,
I don't remember.
like Titties and Diabetes
Hey,
podcast.
Hector, if you're listening, comment on the podcast YouTube channel, whatever the fake fucking podcast was.
Actually, Hector doesn't like listening to podcasts.
Then never mind. What?
Yeah, that's what he told
Who
me.
doesn't like podcasts?
He says he gets sleepy or bored when he listens to them.
See, I usually listen to them at work to pass the time. Like I'm at work all day, 10 hours a day plus. Like, so I keep that one headphone in and
Yeah.
just makes you pass the day, And then it's just fun. I like to listen to people talk. I talk. It's fun talking. Who doesn't like to talk? Anyways, but that's why I started the podcast too. I was a fan of comedy, started doing stand-up comedy, and then I'm like, I like podcasting, I like talking. I also started this so that I get to know people. Like, I see you guys around here and there, I meet you guys, but I don't know you. Like, this is how I get to know you. That's why I have people on here, give them a platform. We can all talk, shoot the shit. Most of the time, we're talking about nothing, but
Yeah.
fuck it, whatever. We're having fun.
Dude, it's wild. You could do comedy for years and like see someone every mic and talk and be friends. You know nothing, dude. Like nothing about their personal life. It's wild.
Do you have any kids?
Nah.
How old are you?
35.
You're a fucking unicorn, you know that?
I know I'm Fontana, yeah.
Those tortas, you just pull. How do you pull out of a torta? You're like, all right, torta, I have one rule. You're not allowed to be on top because I need to pull out.
Tortas are very responsible, dude.
They just lay there like, take me. That's what's crazy. Did you hear about that 4B movement? Because
Which one's
it's
that?
on TikTok. You know, the girls were pissed off that Trump won. So now they're saying, like, oh, we're going to stop having sex with men because
Oh shit.
we don't want to get pregnant, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know, there's still birth control, right? There's
Yeah.
still Plan B. There's still all those contraceptive condoms. They all still exist, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But these ladies are talking about shaving their heads
Oh.
and they're going to stop having sex. And I was like, excuse me, I've been bald and sexless. Like, since when was that cool? Like, they're like they're like, oh, we're gonna start wearing blue bracelets so people know. Like, so look, no blue bracelets.
Yeah.
But honestly, I have a question for you. Would you be offended if some woman who looked like me didn't want to have sex with you?
I didn't hurt my feelings a little. I'd be like, what the fuck?
But like, it just
Why-
drives me crazy. Like, yeah, we're gonna shave our heads. Like, you didn't have to shave your head. Like, just hearing you talk, they're good. You know?
No, but I've seen like one like goth chick with a shaved head and another like tatted up like middle-aged white lady with a like head shaved tatted head and they pulled it off, dude. So some girls could pull it off.
But I'm not saying they're not attractive. I'm just saying
Oh,
they want to be unattractive on purpose
oh,
so that they don't draw your attention. That's the
oh,
point, is
shit.
to shave their heads. And then people were pissed off, like people who have cancer or whatever, like,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
well, so I'm ugly now because I'm bald. Like, you know what I mean? People were pissed off. You know, there's always a fucking,
Yeah,
there's
for
always a catch, you know. But it is true though, like, oh, because you're bald, you're ugly. Hey, I'm bald, assholes.
Dude, some black ladies are bald and they look pretty and beautiful, so
Yeah. In case Will Smith is listening,
I know.
Jada Smith is beautiful.
Beautiful woman.
I would take that, but she likes 21-year-old guys, and I'm too old for her. That's crazy. Like, she cheated on him, and then he bitch slapped Chris Rock over that. I just saw a clip recently from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Chris Rock was in an episode, and he was playing a girl, like an ugly girl, and they were on the dance floor, and he was grinding on Will, and then Will's like
No
pushing it.
way,
Yeah,
dude.
look it up. He's like Chris Rock's wearing like a blonde wig, and he's like twerking on him and shit. But it's funny.
Dude, there's a Fresh Prince episode
Oh, okay, listen. Sorry, go ahead.
where he Will does stand up and it has D.L. Hughley. It's a pretty good episode. Shout out to George Guzman because I found out about that episode through him.
Shut up, George. Even though you never invite me to go on your shows, I'll fucking murder that mic. But whatever. Anyways, sorry, I was gonna interrupt you. Did you hear that your TMZ? I'm gonna tell you some TMZ shit. Jamie Foxx is coming out with a new comedy special,
Oh yeah, I heard that.
and he dropped the news saying that like a year ago he was hospitalized and nobody knew what was going on with him, and he was in the hospital for like a month. Supposedly, he claims that he was poisoned by Diddy. Dun dun dun. He said that he was poisoned by him, and then he's the one who called the FBI on him. But supposedly in this new special, he reveals it because he said he was going to talk about how he was hospitalized. Now the rumors are saying, because it's already been taped or whatever, that he mentions the fact that Diddy poisoned him. And this is allegedly. I'm not saying it's true, but supposedly he did. And then other people started saying like, yeah, I've tested for cyanide. I've gotten pneumonia. Like a lot of people have died around him with pneumonia. It's kind of like makes me think of Breaking Bad, where he gives them that stuff to make it look like it's a natural death, but it's really like a poison. Like what is it called, ricin or whatever he was giving him?
Oh yeah.
But that made me think of Breaking Bad. I'm like, damn, did he Breaking Bad? Hey, allegedly. I'm not saying you did. Don't bother me.
Dude,
I'm nobody.
You remember when Jamie Foxx in the 90s was like putting out specials? I never really got into him.
It's funny. I like his movies. And there was a movie, I forget what it was called, where he's like in the middle of the desert and he breaks down. And
Oh, I randomly saw that movie like a month
do
ago.
you remember how he breaks down and there's a little wipe? He has to end up in the gas station
Yeah.
and he gets caught up with those Mexican people, whatever they're doing. And there's a little boy in the gas station who thinks he's Puff Daddy.
Oh, I don't remember that part. Damn.
Because he's staring at him. The little boy's staring at him like, and he's like, "Do you have a problem?" He's like, "Mr. Sir, are you Puff Daddy?" And he's like, yeah, like I'm Puff Daddy. Stay in school, kid. Like he's just playing along. And then like later on in the movie, the little boy's like, "Yeah, he's Puff Daddy," and they're like, everyone's looking at him like, "What the fuck?" That's why Puff Daddy did it. He's like, "You try to play me in a movie, huh?"
Dude, but I think I heard a rumor that you know how when Gucci Mane got out of prison, people were like that's not him, that's a clone. They were saying Jamie Foxx is a clone, like he doesn't look the same, doesn't talk the same, doesn't act the same.
Well, he got healthier because he had heart problems a while back,
Yeah.
And then I don't know if it's due to whatever people were
The
giving him,
abuse that he did.
but I know he had some heart problems a while back,
Oh fuck.
and he tried to get more healthier and stuff. I know that that's a fact, but maybe that's why he looks different. He's better. Look, maybe he changed his diet, whatever. Stopped drinking. He might be sober. Who knows? He definitely didn't stop drinking poison. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, I remember
Allegedly.
the Jamie Foxx show. I remember seeing that when I was a little kid.
I don't really remember it, but I remember him being on. I think it was in Living Color,
Yeah, yeah,
where
it was.
where he would play those like those dating shows. He played. They put him in a dress,
Yeah, I
and he was like ugly as fuck.
remember.
That's how Chris Rock looked, like an ugly chick in a blonde wig. Like they make him look ugly on purpose, you know. I had to do that in video production one time. We were filming we were filming like a clip and it had to be Rapunzel and they wanted me to wear a dress and I was like, fuck that. Like I didn't finish the project. I just like, no, I'm good because you ain't catching me in a fucking dress.
Gotta
But
give you props because a lot of people dudes just go with it.
no, they gave me like a sweater looking thing that kind of looked like a dress. It was like long.
No,
It was like a
not
long sleeve T-shirt that kind of looked like a dress, and the stupid blonde wig, and they put my makeup on, make me look ugly, and the girl was playing a guy, like, and then they made her look like a. We had a couple scenes, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
That's wild.
I couldn't do it. Sorry, guys, you ain't putting me in a dress, but in high school I was skinnier, so I probably could have looked good in a dress, but we will never know. What high school did you go to?
Bow High, Fontana High,
Oh, then you lived rough. What year did you graduate?
'07.
Shit, I graduated '06. I remember around that time, remember like the race wars were going on?
Yeah.
And your school was like, did you get beat up or anything like that?
We had the biggest race ride ever in the Inland
Yeah, I,
Empire.
I remember that because I remember in high school, our Mexicans, I went to Claremont High, shout out Claremont, and they had all white people. There was like a handful of Mexicans, right? And then the Mexicans started doing walkouts, so they would just leave.
Yeah.
And like there was like three of them. Like, where are you going? You fucking idiots.
I was gonna
They were like, whatever it was, I forget what it was. They were protesting something.
Oh, that was like a year before. I remember there was walkouts. Yeah, it was like an LA school district thing. And
Whatever that was.
stuff.
And then I remember hearing about that. And once our schools heard about that, they were like warning us, like, don't do it, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah. But I knew a girl that I went to college with that she went there and she told me about them, like the football players, everybody was fighting against each other. And like, so what happened? What down? Like, what started it all? Like,
Dude,
the little gangs, the little pretty boy gangs?
I was there, bro. It was in the second lunch, and I was there like right after the bell rang, because we're gonna get to street shit like the LA gang table was by the quad, right?
The LA gang table
Yeah.
at Fontana High School.
Like all the LA gang members hung out together. It's like prison, like the yard.
They wore Dodgers shirts and Raiders jerseys.
And then like the other gang from the at Fontana. So after like right the bell rang, everyone's going to class. These dudes start walking to the LA table. So it's like Anvil versus LA. So everyone, so like everyone went, and then like everyone turned to the right, and the black people hung out in the quad. So it's like going to the LA table, but everyone just turned, and then they start throwing bottles and yelling.
So it was a fake fight between the Mexicans that turned against the
I don't know
black
if that was like no, it was. I don't know if it was pre-planned. It was wild, and
that makes me think of what's that movie called? The prison movie. Is it Me Familiar or?
American Me.
Oh yeah, that one where they pretend to get along and then they turn on everybody and shit. They start shaking everybody, like shaking everyone.
But I remember everyone just like yelling in a line and like they started throwing bottles and rocks, and then it just got out of control, dude. And like the police came, a helicopter was like flying.
That's normal in Fontana.
It was like man, it was I don't I want to say it landed in the quad, but I don't remember.
Hey, the helicopter pilot knew those kids by name. He's like, Jeff's right there.
Dude, and they put all the schools in lockdown, like all.
Well, I remember because I said we went to Claremont. It's not too far. Well, it is kind of far, but there was warnings too. Like they talked about that. I was like, we only have a handful of Mexicans here. You're good. Like honestly, everybody got along there. Like the only thing we had was the bros. I don't remember. You remember bros in high school?
There weren't that many in my high school, but I remember the little. Yeah.
Claremont's rich white people, so there was a lot of bros.
I like the bro hoes though. Remember bro hoes? They're baddies.
Anyways, we're not gonna talk about that. Anyways, so there was a lot of bros, right? There was like the senior bros, freshmen, blah blah. Those fools used to go at it. So like, you know, like you're taking my broho or whatever the fuck they fought about. We had something similar to that where like the freshmen and the seniors were gonna fight supposedly, And then people saw a group of the freshmen like walking like hard, like they were gonna go do something. And then people started like, "Oh, what's going on?" And they started following them. And all these dudes were just doing was just walking.
Oh man,
And they were
dude.
just walking, but they were walking so hard that it looked like they were gonna go do something. And then people started following them, and they just kept walking, like they don't know what they were doing. And then the teachers, principals, everybody came out, like, "What's going on?" Like they thought something's gonna go down. They're like, "We're just walking around," like. But there was a lot of tension between them, so yeah.
Dude, with my epic moment in the Faux High ride, because like at one point the principal got in between, like the quad, there's a quad and there's steps.
I've never been there. I don't know.
With like if you go to a quad at university or high school, there's like big steps.
My sister-in-law works there.
But yeah, so people were running up the Latinos, and I was like, fuck it, because like the black people were in the corner, then they ran back, and I like, fuck it, I'll run, and I ran after them. And like the principal of the floor had grabbed me, and I pushed him all like, whoosh, and I kept running, dude.
You didn't get assault on the principal?
Nah.
He didn't recognize you. You guys all look the same.
Yeah,
What,
dude.
what race was he? Was he a white guy?
Yeah, he was.
He's like, "I'm one of the Mexicans." He got away. I grabbed him, but he was slippery.
Dude, you know what was wild? Like, you remember, what was that America's Most Wanted?
Hmm.
I remember seeing that show.
You were probably in the copter video running.
Dude. And then that show, they were like, if someone tries to abduct you, you're a little kid, you move your arm like this, like they can't hold on to you.
So you did that? You did,
The principal grabbed my arm and I was like, whoosh, I just got loose.
Have you seen those videos online where that guy he teaches you like self-defense against weapons?
Well, I heard that's
Where
like a bullshit.
they point a gun and then you're supposed to do. That's what you sound like.
No, but it works, dude. It works.
That one worked. The
That
one
100% works.
there was a video of him like if you're gonna get jumped, you're just supposed to run like gallop in a circle. So he's just galloping in a circle like so nobody can get straight at him. And we're like, what the fuck?
But the funny part, like I break from the principal and I run, and then like you turn a corner in the quad and they were all standing there, and I ran. And I realized there was no one around me. It was just like a group of black dudes. And I like stood,
Like, get him!
and then I just ran back the way I came.
How much did you need a Gatorade after all that running, guys?
I did a lot, dude.
What did you dress like in high school? Were you a little fat skater or something?
When I was a little like, I didn't just like, back then it was like big shirts and big jeans. Like,
I was a fat little skater. I wore like World Industries.
yeah, one of those shoes was cool.
A tight little World Industries, extra large. I should have been a double X, but I tried to be cool. Dickies pants, Dickies shorts.
Fat shoes, like Etnies.
When I was in high school, we just hung out with all the fat kids. We all hung out together, so it was just a group of jolly fat kids. So
that sounds like nice, dude. That sounds fun.
we went to a continuation school, and it was so fun. Like I went there because I ditched school a lot, and then I ended up going there for like a little bit of junior high and like maybe just
junior high.
Actually I lied. Just junior high. I did summer school going into high school, but I stayed in high school the whole. It was just because I fucked up. I was ditching school, truant, blah blah blah, and anyways, the continuation. It's Claremont full.
Dude,
it's not. They're white people. Like
in my day when I was going to high school, like continuation school was like prison school, bro. It was like the worst.
Supposedly mine was, but it's not. Like it was all wannabes. Like we had a couple. Like we had an Asian wangster, a couple Mexican wangsters, but everybody got along there. But it was cool. Like there was no. There would be occasional little fights here and there, but like for the most part, it was just a fun environment. We had to do no homework. We had like PE. We could just hang out outside and chill. It was like an extended PE class, and then we got good food too. Like when I went to regular high school, we had dog food. Like that shit was trash. At that school, they would because they didn't really have a cafeteria. Like kind of they had one, but they would bring food from like on Fridays we'd have like Round Tables pizza, or
Nice.
Wednesdays we'd have like Chinese food. Like they would just move it. It was like or Subway. Like at least 3 days out of the week it was something nice. And then on a random day it'd be like a sandwich or a salad. You take your order like at a restaurant. Like in first period, if you were late to school, you didn't get a lunch, or you had to get it. They'd always have an extra salad or something. But they had this thing called the chef salad, where it was like ham, eggs. It was I'm talking fucking bomb. I'm telling you, we were in prison, but we were good. But I remember there was this one kid. He would only come to school on Fridays just for the pizza.
Hell yeah.
Like literally, only show up, eat lunch, and then leave. He was a fucking tweaker trailer park dude, but this motherfucker show up for pizza and leave. I was like, wow.
Dude, I remember my friend went to continuation school Fontana. They had a weed bathroom and a tweaker bathroom. Like shit, like
We went because we were younger. There was two of them. We were in the little kids, the junior high. Then there was a high school across the street from each other. When we did PE, we would cross the street. And that's where the high school kids were at. those fools try to act hard. They'd smoke cigarettes in the bathroom, which they're all wanksters from Claremont. There's no gangs there. Like, so we would go in the restroom. Sometimes we would play bodies for fun
Yeah.
and just turn off the lights and just go bodies. Like that's the most like violence that ever. But it was a fun. But we weren't.
Yeah.
Nobody was in there to hurt each other for
Yeah.
real. Some people did get fucked, popped in the mouth, whatever. But nobody came out there angry. Nobody went in there angry. It was just fun, you know. But yeah, everybody says, "Oh, you go there." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, man, it's rough." But really, it was like a fucking big summer vacation. I didn't want to leave, but I couldn't go to school there. Like I need to go back to high school, like get my shit together.
Normal high school
But
experience.
it scarred me because when I went back to the high school, there you had no homework. They give you like little packets in class, and they didn't care. You didn't have to finish it. And like during class, we used to play tech decks. Remember tech decks?
Yeah, I do.
We're all little fat kids. We all want to be skaters. None of us could ollie in real life, so we had tech decks. We'd be skating on the little things. And like I used to turn my book because the teacher would be like, "Listen, if you're gonna play tech decks, play it on the book, so we don't have to hear it on the table." I'm like, "Sure." Like
Yeah, the teachers
that's
chill
I'm
as
telling you,
fuck, dude.
they weren't chill. They just couldn't control anybody. Like
Oh.
everybody did whatever the fuck they wanted. Like the Cash Me Outside girl. But like I said, like, people had attitudes and they didn't want to deal with it, so they just like fuck them, let them do whatever they want, you know. So we played tech decks, right? And then I remember I took a stapler and turned it into like a little rail and like a little skate park. Like it was fun, but we just had to get packets and we just had to get them done. As long as I got them done, then we could chill. Like, so if you get the packet done, play tech decks, go play computers. We had on our computers, we had Unreal tournaments set up on there, and then some folk put all the NES games, the NES games.
Yeah.
They had a bunch of games. We just fucking have fun, chill. Like it was a good time. I loved it there, but
Dude, like my friend, like Jewish school he went to, they frisk you when you go into the school.
see, it ain't like
So,
that.
and then people would stash their weed and pipes like outside in bushes. So then you could come on, bro. You go out through those bushes, get some
Like
weed.
my girl went to one in Upton, and that one's a little bit more ghetto. She went there for a little bit too, but she there was like an actual like a preschool for pregnant girls. Like the girls,
Oh yeah,
like they had pregnant girls there, right?
yeah.
And their pregnant girls had their own little daycare. And like I was like, wow, like ours was not that good. I got your school has a daycare for the
I heard a few schools have daycares for the female students. A few high schools have
we
them.
had one girl in high school that got pregnant and like full on pregnant. I remember her and then I never saw her again. But yeah, the school that she went to, they had a whole daycare. Like
Yes.
you could just bring your kids to school.
Dude, I remember my English class, the senior, there was two Mexican girls that were pregnant, like both like 9 months. And one was like a skinny, pretty girl. And like after the baby, she looked like regular. It's like she just had a giant. But she had the kid and looked all good.
Lift her shirt up. It's probably
I
like
know,
a deflated balloon.
Fucked up, dude.
There was a girl in junior high. I remember her in junior high. She was on her third kid going into high school.
Damn, dude.
She had two toddlers
Damn.
and pregnant going into high school. I was like, wow.
Shit. I remember, like, I don't know, just girl. It's true. Those statistics, like, if you're pregnant in high school, you're not likely to graduate, and your future's all shittier. It's true, dude. I've seen it. It's true.
My girl got lucky because she got pregnant and then graduated high school and had the baby later.
Also, speed it. If you have a kid during high school, you're fucked.
I don't think so, because then if you have family that help you, if you have nobody, then you're
Yeah.
fucked, you know? Anyways, don't get pregnant kids.
So I'm going to dude. My brother, he went to Citrus Continuation School, is like right across the street from Fall High, and he said like his first day, like two black guys were fighting. Then the next day, I guess after school, one of the black guys shot the other one.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so shit's real, bro.
That's what I'm saying. The continuation schools you went to or you know about are nothing like mine. Like, mine was like summer camp. Like, yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Where's my water at? My mouth's getting bad. But anyways, thought we were gonna talk about comedy.
We talk about
See,
all this violence.
See,
It's
this is what the Crimson Comedy Show is. Just two dudes shooting, or girls. If any girls want to come on, we have one so far. But shoot the shit, talk comedy. My 2-year anniversary is almost coming up.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
In February. I feel like my first year I was killing it. And this second year, like I feel like I come up with jokes here and there. Like I just feel like I'm on writer's block. Like
Oh,
the first year I was banging them out, boom, 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 boom. But a lot of them I just got rid of it. I've rewritten a lot of them. So
that's good, dude.
if you hear me say the same jokes, they're not the same. They're rewritten. I've remastered them. Now I'm getting bored of them. But I just did a new one the other day. It kind of killed. I liked it. But
Nice.
yeah, it's I don't know how people do it. I can't sit and write on a piece of paper. Like it drives me nuts. Like I think it in my head and I write it in my phone.
That's what I do. And then after I write in my phone, I write it in a notebook.
When I'm at work, I'm doing bits all day in my head. Like I'll
Oh,
have a joke and I'm talking about it all day, man. I got to talk to myself at work, so it looks like I'm fucking crazy. But
yeah.
like on days of shows, like I did the open mic not too long, like a week ago, and the whole day I was working overtime that day. The whole day I was thinking about my set, what I was gonna say, going over my lines in my head, and the whole day I was just like I wasn't even thinking about work, and I'm like, fuck man, okay, stop thinking about the comedy, and then I'm like, no, think about it. Don't think about it. I'm like, fuck, in my head, I was just like going crazy. I like give myself a headache. Like from now on, like when I do shows, if I book a show, book me, bitches. If I do a show, I'm not working overtime because it gets to my head. On like I need to on the days of shows, I need to focus. Like I said, at work, I can't concentrate if I'm thinking about a show. So yeah,
Have you ever like been driving to a show and then doing your set?
yeah, all the fucking time.
That's intense, bro. Like just no radio, no music. You're just rehearsing.
Like I said, the jokes that I know, I don't do that. But the new ones I'm trying, like I don't want to fuck them up. I always
Yeah.
fuck them up. Like at the CK mics, I was gonna do a few new ones. And then they cut it down to 2 minutes, and then I stumbled over my words. I fucked up. I fucking bombed at that place. Like, I can't stand 2 minute mics. Like, 3 minutes
Yeah,
is
dude, 2 minutes is wrong.
like I went to the comedy store, 2 minutes. Like, I drove 2 hours to get here, paid all this parking, sat in traffic for 2 minutes. Fuck you guys. I'm never going back there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Puro Laughs. I need to go out there. I've done his shows. Shout out Gil. He was on here. Sorry, the episode's been lost. Something happened. I don't know what happened to the fucking hard drive. When the shit was over, it didn't save properly. I had no idea. If you're a tech nerd and you know how to find encrypted shit in hard drives, let me know because there's a juicy episode hidden in that fucking hard drive. And when I went to open it to edit it, it was gone. I couldn't find it. Like, where the fuck is it? So yeah, one day maybe I'll turn it into the Geek Squad and they're like, hey, there's an episode with me and some other dude, and it's probably the best thing ever. Remember the song from Tenacious D, the Pick of Destiny song? It's called Tribute. He's like, this is the greatest song in the world. He's like, it's just a tribute. Like he's explaining the song, but it's not really the song.
I don't remember that.
It's one of their famous songs. But anyways, that's what that was. It was the tribute. Like only me and him got to experience it. But I'd love for you guys. He's like, release it already. I'm like, fuck, I can't fucking find it.
I don't know where it is.
You can, and it was a Halloween episode too. It was fucking. I had candy and hot Cheetos out.
Cool.
It had little decorations. We were supposed to wear costumes, but he forgot his. But so we ended up not doing costumes. But anyways, it was a fun episode, and maybe one day, like I said, if I can find it, it's hidden there. Like I was trying to Google it, and like I'm not that tech. Like I barely know what I'm doing here, you know. So one day we'll get it out if it exists in there. It has to exist in there because it does. If we recorded it, you know. I just can't find it.
Dude, I miss Gil's podcast. Like whenever he had a comic, I'd see the Mind Buzz and see that episode.
Yeah, I became a fan right away. I met him at the Claremont mic, and we just like I went and did some of his shows at the Puro Laughs one,
Yeah.
like his Kill 20 shows. He hasn't done one in a while, but those are badass. Like I told him, he's a pillar of the comedy community. Like what you do, the shows you put on,
Yeah, for
your
real.
podcast, like you're like I want to grow up to be just like you.
For real. We should all strive to be like Gil.
And he's all like, oh no, like he's too humble. Fuck you. You are a pillar of the comedy community. I'm gonna give you a shout out. I probably shot him out more than Owen Parker. He deserves it. You know?
I came up to Gil all aggressive because I listened. Do you know Carlos Medrano? He's a San Gabriel Valley comic.
Is that the one that fucking Johnny Gold doesn't like?
It's just for show. Johnny Gold likes him.
Well, I don't know. Like I remember he was like shitting on him.
Yeah. Every time he's on Gil's podcast, he shits on him. But that guy, right? The first time I got introduced to the Mind was because he was on that podcast. And on that
I've never, oh yeah, he shit on the IE comedy.
Gil was like, "Oh, there's comedy in the IE, there's comedians in the IE, what the fuck?" And then like I was like, one day I'm gonna run into this little fucker. Right? Like, sure enough, I went to the Claremont First Amendment mic and I saw him sitting there with his girl. And I walked up to him, I was like, "Hey bro, so what happened? There's no comics in the IE? I'm an IE comic, whatever." And he's like, "Oh, I didn't know, whatever." And then like Nick Laney was there, RIP. And I was like, Nick Lenny's an IE comic. And then I told Johnny Gold, because I sent that clip to Nick and Johnny.
So that's why you got the team
Yeah,
connected.
everything.
You're the shit starter.
Johnny Gold went up to him after the mic, he's like, "What's this you're saying? There's no comedians in the IE." And he was like, "Oh, dude." Gil was all like, "What the fuck? You guys are all ganging up on me."
See, I didn't know that. I met Gil like I started watching. I think Seven was his first guest. Like I started watching like the people that I knew. Like he has a lot of good episodes with musicians and
Dude,
random.
he's like famous, more bigger comics on his older episodes.
Yeah, I started watching it and I got a decent amount of episodes in, but yeah, his podcast is beautiful. Like
Yeah.
his production, I got to do it. The first one, I was nervous. The first hour, I was afraid to talk, and I was like, you could hear it in my voice.
Yeah.
Like you might be nervous right now too, but
Yeah.
you get comfortable eventually. Like after the hour, you start getting more comfortable. But then he had somewhere to be, so we cut it short. But it was fun. Like one of the clips I talked about, like one of my hospital stories.
Oh yeah.
That shit went like I guess you'd call it is it I don't know if it's called viral, but it's got like 35,000 views. I was like of me talking about my small penis in the hospital.
Dude, that was so random when I saw like the new Mind Was episode, Andy Calderon. I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Because I had met him at the mic and I was like, hey, if you ever want me to do your podcast, let me know. Like I'd never done a podcast before, and he lived in Chino at the time. He moved recently, so he's talking about he's gonna get another studio or something. It's in the works, so just be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I love his shows. Like I said, his production, he's got the nice cameras, nice setup, nice microphones. Like right now, I have bootleg. Everything I have was donated or given to me. Like it was in someone's fucking garage storage or something. Like the only thing I bought was my new poster. You can't see it because the lighting sucks. We need to get better lighting, but I bought that. And then these little beer koozies, and then what else did I buy? I bought that hard drive that Gil's episodes lost. It was $80 at Target. A fucking piece of shit. It's lost.
Dude, it's wild because I used to see his older episodes, and he was like thinking about doing comedy, and it's wild for him to actually do it. And I'll do like a mic and a show, and like see his.
He did it backwards. He did the podcast and then comedy. I did the comedy and then I'm trying to get a little on the podcast, but
Yeah.
it's hard, man. This shit's a lot. Like right now, like I had a producer for to help me out, but he's got stuff he's got going on with his life, so I'm trying to be able to do it by myself. But I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So like, I was hitting Gil up because I was having some audio issues, and he was like, yeah, blah blah. But I ended up figuring it out because I watched some tutorials. But this right here, it's like a science. All these plugs, all these wires. I wish there was just one box that I just plugged in and then plugged in. But no, you have to have a splitter, a fucking wires. It's a headache, man. Like. So yeah, if you want to start a podcast, good luck. Like, and then you got to come on, get people to come here. Like,
Yeah.
I always hit people up, like, hey, can you do the show? Like, no, I can't. Or what about my work schedule? I work at 4 in the morning. I don't get off till 3, maybe whatever late. And then at the time, I had a producer. I had to wait for him to come, and then have a guest come. So now I've narrowed down just to me. So anytime, any evening, anyone wants to come be on my show, we're open for business now. As long as I don't have any more fucking audio issues, hopefully this episode comes out good.
Yeah.
But anyways. It's a lot, man. Like I said, I'm trying to get people on, but I will have you guys on. Everyone that's hit me up, the people that hit me up to be on here, like
Oh, yeah.
I will have you on, but just give me time. Like we haven't released an episode in like a month because I was dealing with some, like I said, the episode got lost, and then some personal issues, and then yeah. But we're back. Hey, I got him. TMZ is in my fucking house. No one thought I could do it.
Yeah, the elusive TMZ.
He was a legend, and he's here. People might have heard about him, but he is here. You know.
Oh, dude, Johnny Gold was like, Andy never messaged me. He was like, because you were like, oh, message Johnny Gold to the podcast. He was like, I went through my inbox. He never messaged me.
I messaged him from my podcast. I didn't click the messages, but I messaged him. I was like, hey, can you do my show? And he's like, oh. I was like, I know it's last minute, but it was in the morning. I was like, hey, you mind doing the show? I hit you up last minute. And then I hit him up early in the morning. I was like, can you come tonight? He's like, oh, I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll let you know. And I was like, all right. And then he never responded. Then I saw him at CK's, and he's like, hey, you never told me about this. I was like, yeah, I did. I was like, we conversated. I was at work, and I texted you. But I don't remember if I messaged him on the podcast Instagram or on mine. I don't remember which one I
I
did.
told him to look at both because he's like,
I don't remember.
I swear he never messaged
We
me.
conversated.
Damn. So it's here, dude.
We conversated. Like, and
It
then
happened.
he's like, oh, I thought that was Ricky. Like,
What?
I don't, because he's watched the episodes. He's commented on my first episode. Maybe he thought it was Ricky's podcast because Ricky was going to do a podcast, and then
Yeah.
Ricky came on the mic. He was the first guest on mine because his podcast was similar. Like he had a little couch like that. But anyways, Johnny, if there's a mix-up, whatever. But I messaged you. I don't remember what Instagram it was. We conversated for sure. I would love to have you on. There's no bad blood. I love you. You're a fucking goat. I wish to be you one day.
For real.
He's one of my favorite comics out here. Like
He's probably the best comic in the IE.
I don't remember how I met him. I think I was sitting at Worthington's, and he just sat next to me randomly. And then he was just shit talking to someone. And he's like, "Who is this guy?" Like, he does that.
Yeah.
You know this guy?
What is he saying?
He's like, "Why is there so many signups? Like, who are these people?" Like, I was like, I didn't even know who the fuck he was. I was like, I don't know. But yeah, he's cool. I love Johnny. But yes, Johnny, we talked, and I'll say it again. If you'd like to be on here, if not, that's okay. I still respect you. You're the goat. Anyways, what time is it right now? Oh, we still got some time. The next guest I want to have on is Angie. I asked her. She said she's down. Speaking of Johnny Gold, Angie.
Speaking of nurses, dude, she's a nurse.
Hello, nurse. Like, remember that fucking Animaniacs? Hello, nurse.
Sounds familiar.
You remember those little Animaniacs?
I remember the Animaniacs.
Anytime a nurse would walk by, they'd be like, "Hello, nurse."
I don't remember that.
Anyways, Angie, I'd love to have her on. She's fucking talented. She can sing. She plays the piano. She's so smart. I'm like, God damn, I hope my daughters grow up to be just like her. Like, no, but that's cool. She's a nurse and save lives, Angie, and be funny at the same time. But I want to have her on because I love her fucking music she does with the guitar. I don't know how it would sound on here. My mics aren't that great. Hopefully it comes out good. But she said she was down, so I got to hit her up too. Like I said, there's a lot of people like, but I was like, for sure, I have to have TMZ on here. Like,
oh yeah.
So they call you TMZ because you know the gossip or whatever.
Yeah, but I made him my own nickname, Liam Z.
Liam Z.
So I go by Liam Z now.
Yeah, I was like, I normally tag people on here and tag their social medias, but you don't have one. I'm not gonna say I could, but he kind of gave it up on one of his episodes, on one of Rick Bobman's episodes.
Rick, he was putting fake profiles, not the actual.
Well, when you gave me the shout, you're like, I know, so they know that I know that you know that I know. Did your heart sink when you saw my message? Like, no.
Yeah, and then like, cause Sandy was telling me.
I told Sandy about it,
and I was like, yeah, right, Sandy, you're full of shit. And then when he got it right, I was like, what the fuck? And then I saw your message. I was like, no, the gig is up.
It didn't take long. It was in the back of my head for so long. You know, I felt like in Ace Ventura where he finds out Finkel is Einhorn. He's like, that's it. Finkel is Einhorn. And he starts throwing up in the bathroom and shit.
Dude, I need to rewatch. That was a good movie.
That's when he found out that was a trans. Like that was
like the first
trans
film.
And what was the reaction at everybody at the end?
It was like
when he showed her Mr. Winky, everybody started throwing up and was that was so sad. The entire police squad was chucking it. It made me think of that one cop, you know, that girl cop that got in trouble for like banging the whole.
Oh yeah.
And then she sued them for emotional damage and got like $500,000. So she got ran through by the entire police department. They made fun of her, and then she got a $500,000 check. Shit, where do I sign?
Dude, worth it.
If the ladies at my work want to run through me and make fun of me and my small penis after, I would love for that to happen so I can get a check. I could buy new podcast equipment with that.
Dude, that lady was married, dude.
And she was ugly too. Like,
yeah, she was
like
the most attractive.
She looked like a nerd, from high school that never got any attention, and then she's around a bunch of dudes, and then they're like, "Fuck it," you know. I got nothing to do. What are you doing on lunch, you know?
Dude, she said she was banging on company time. Like,
she should not have won no lawsuit. How do you win money? Like,
yeah.
So if I have that on company time and I get caught and made fun of, wouldn't I get fired for that?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's a girl. If it was a guy banging all the girls.
Oh yeah.
Do you hear about those in prison? Those like the female police. Like, what do they call them? Correction officers.
Oh yeah.
Like they end up getting pregnant by fucking dudes. Like prisoners. There was a video. There's this one chick. She let the dude hit in prison, and his friend was filming it.
Oh.
In uniform, and like they filmed it like a corno. Like they filmed it and then put it out there. I'm like, God, and she was beautiful too. I'm like, she just threw her whole life away for some fucking guy that just gonna hit it and not even give a fuck. He's staying where he's at. Now you're gonna go to jail or whatever, get fired, lose your job, and be embarrassed. The whole world seeing it, you know, like.
Dude, supposedly that happens a lot. Like, and male COs with female prisoners, it happens all the time, dude.
I seen this one where there was this dude in prison who was like a big shot caller. He got like several female officers pregnant. Several. Not one, but like several. Like walking around 9 months pregnant at work, and it's that dude. It's in cell block C.
This
like
kid.
That must have been a pimp. Like, I can't even get a girl out here. Like, how the fuck do you get girls out there, you know?
That game must be like perfect on game.
She's like, I'll fix him. But the crazy one, like I said, the crazy one, well, obviously they have it in prison, but the crazy one I'm telling you, that girl, they filmed it. Like, his homie was filming it, like, smoking weed, too. Like, she had smoked weed in them. He's smoking a joint, like, pointing the camera at him, and then she just getting fucking wrecked by some black dude, I think.
Dude, I like growing up pre-smartphone because even back in the day, like you never saw shit out of prison. Now you see all these prison videos, like this is what I eat, this is my workout. It's like they're not in
They
prison.
have tablets now.
Yeah,
Like
they like they smuggle the phone and they're like, yeah, they make videos of them smoking weed. It's like, bro, like,
like
what
if
the
you look up right now, like someone who murdered somebody, you could find them on social media. They have tablets. Like someone who has murdered somebody has social media in prison. Like they're allowed to talk to people. They can FaceTime people. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't even know they had TVs in prison. They got tablets and shit. Like,
dude, it's wild because with the smuggle phones, they have their own IG and TikToks.
no,
You're like,
no,
oh
they give
shit.
them tablets. I don't think they need to do that anymore. No more keystering. Those
Damn, that's
prison pockets are. It's they have legit tablets. Like, you can email your loved one or whoever in prison or something. Like, you can chat through something. Like, I don't know if they charge you or whatever, but I had a friend tell me he used to talk to his brother and they're like, because they have their own tablets and they just chill and talk.
technologies.
Maybe it has a timer where like
Uh,
maybe the tablet only allows
like
certain
30 minutes.
like your child safety where you don't want your kid on the tablet for too long. You could put like an hour time limit and then it shuts off. I don't know how it works. If you've been in prison and you have tablets, comment in the things. How much time do you get? Can you guys trade time? Like in Claremont, there was I talked about this before, but there was a LAN center that we used to play computer games,
Oh,
Counter Strike. I fucking love Counter Strike. Did you ever play that?
yeah, I did, dude.
I used to love. There's a place. They demolished it and they built a new village. Fuck the new village. There's a movie theater in this place, but there used to be a place called Cyber Portal, and there you got you paid for hours. So you paid like $10 or whatever it was, $5, $10, and you got to play for hours. And then once the time was up, it just shut off. So that's how I imagined how that
Oh
was. But
yeah.
I love Counter Strike, man. I remember walking in there and you hear this headshot, headshot. Like people were crazy in there. People started like little gangs or clans, whatever you want to call them. Like people have been stabbed, shot. Like it used to get wild. Like there was a few out here. I don't remember. Did you ever go to one out here?
I remember there was one by the Walmart in Fontana on Foothill. I remember that's the one I
See,
go to.
I was poor, so like I didn't have a computer, and then I had a friend's like, "Hey, you want to go play games with me at this spot over here?" And I thought it was an arcade, and we get there, and it's a fucking computer. So I was like, I don't even know how to use a computer
Yeah, it's
fully.
wild. Like your first experience, you're like, what's going
And
on?
he had to show me, and then like after a while, like when you before the like on Counter Strike, before you buy before the match starts, you could
Yeah.
buy or reload all your weapons and shit. I'd be like typing one button, like I didn't know
Yeah,
how
I
to do
remember
anything.
not knowing the controls.
And then eventually, I was like,
Yeah,
all you hear is right before the match starts. It's like match about to start. It's like everyone typing, everyone putting their shit in. It was fun until the fucking people started putting like hacks and shit, and
yeah.
people started hacking the game, and they'd like jump and fly away, or you could shoot them and they wouldn't die, or it was lame. They took the joy out of it, but good times. I love that fucking place.
Yeah,
But
I remember just like teenage guys. Sometimes they'd be yelling and talking shit to each other because I guess they knew who was playing what character was what. So
what was
uh,
your gamer tag?
I think I changed it each time. I don't think I had.
I had a few. The one that I stuck with that I still use was Executioner.
Hey, that's a good one.
I changed it to Executioner 1.3, Executioner 1.3.8. Like I went through them, but
Yeah.
I spelled it differently. I spelled it Executioner. So it looked stupid. Like it was always like a license plate. It was misspelled, but the original the original wording of it was taken by somebody. It was a fucking million players,
Yeah.
so I had to be creative, and I did the X. But yeah,
Doing back then now it's getting WWF. That's what I was thinking. The X,
D-Generation X.
D generation, the Attitude Era, man.
You guys don't remember this shit.
I remember.
The kids do.
I remember when that shit blew up in the '90s, bro.
And then the girls would do it too to their chest.
I don't remember that.
Like I remember girls used to do that.
It's
They,
funny.
they used to point to the crowd and the girls would flash them. You don't remember that? Like Triple H would be like,
I don't remember
that. Well,
that.
wrestling was wild. Like if you watch the
Yeah.
Vince McMahon documentary, I watched a little bit of it. But the things they got away with, like all the sexuality on, like they had the girls come out and do like a lingerie match on a
Oh
bed.
yeah, they
You
had like divas or what were they called? They had WWF like
I don't remember, but I remember there was like
bra and panty matches,
yeah,
right?
and there'd
They
be like
had
a mattress in the middle of the thing, and then like
yeah,
I just remember as a kid like whoa,
yeah, for real.
like Trish Stratus with Bomb. Lita was my
Yeah.
favorite. She's old now. Like you see them wrestle now, like she could barely move it. They fucked their bodies up, you know. But
Did you remember like Deborah? I think like the puppies
Oh
thing.
yeah.
She was like my all-time favorite,
No,
dude.
I like Trish Stratus was hot.
Yeah, she was.
Who was Stone Cold married to? Is that Trish
Oh,
Stratus?
that's another lady.
It
I
was like
forgot her name.
Sable or
Yeah, I
something.
think so.
I don't know. It's been a long time, but yeah, those girls fucking. I just remember Lydia was the first thong I ever saw.
Oh
She used
yeah,
to come. Remember her
yeah,
thong would be like way up here,
yeah,
and I was
that's
like,
right.
"What's that? Whoa!" That's where the fetish started. Like I feel like I'm in. If I ever do therapy, I'm gonna tell a therapist. So that's where the fetish started.
Because I remember that was like some late 90s, early 2000, like girls had the lower
Way up,
jeans
hell
and
yeah.
high up thong.
I remember on fucking what's the movie called Superbad, where Fogel's walking by the girl and he sees her
Oh
thong
yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, 7:30." That's how I felt watching that. Like, whoa, like he's like, "I saw her G-string, it was so tight."
Dude, that never did anything for me back in the day, but now I'm like, that's hot. Back in the day, I'm like, all right, it's a thong. Who cares? But
Till you see a girl who looks like me wearing it. One time I have my boxers. You know, sometimes the string comes out. Sometimes I'll just fucking pull on it at work. And one time I bent over it and just the strap was right there. It looked like I was wearing a thong.
no, it like rolled up.
I need to get new boxers, man. Fucking Walmart locks their shit up now. Like I like getting my boxers at Walmart because you can get the most for the cheapest. They're still like $27, but they sell like 5, 7 packs.
Dude,
Like
you know what's wild? I was here at Summit at the Target, the Super Target.
you say Super Target, it's a
That's what
regular
they call it.
Target.
It's a Super
It
Target.
doesn't say Super Target.
It's supposedly designated as a Super Target.
Does Super Target actually say Super Target on it? So is this Mandela effect? I could have sworn I've seen them that say Super Target.
I think,
Because Super Walmart says it.
but yeah, dude, that Target doesn't have anything locked up. Like all the
Look,
boxers and
oh yeah,
socks.
you're right. That's the one I go to. I live right there.
Yeah, I came up, bro.
You fucking asshole.
I came up.
We found him. We got him. He's right here.
I like looked around like this is not locked up. Like who's working here?
You're the reason why Fontana and fucking Walmart is locked up. Every
Alright.
time I go to that fucking place, no one has a key. Like I try to get socks and
Oh,
boxers
yeah,
from there.
that sucks.
I even try to get car air fresheners there one time. They're at $1, and those motherfuckers are locked up. I'm like, who's stealing that? Like I like getting my Dickies button-up shirts there, locked up. Socks locked up.
Yeah.
Boxers locked up. Sorry, the person who doesn't have the key isn't here, Bob. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You're the reason, TMZ. People like you.
Dude, we go to the Fontana Target off of fucking Summit. Nothing's locked up there. It's all
Stay-
free game.
Stay away from our Target. We
All
like it.
free range.
We like it nice up here. Hey, the cops don't fuck around up here, so be careful, Liam. Because when we first moved in here, some dude robbed the bank right there across the street,
Oh
and
yeah.
he hid inside Taco Bell, and they lit his ass up. So,
Wait, that's Del Taco then. The Del
no, Taco Bell's across the street on the other side.
He robbed which
Okay,
bank?
there's a Taco Bell on the opposite side of the street.
Yeah.
There's a Taco Bell, and there's a Bank of America right there as well.
Next to Taco Bell?
Yes,
Oh,
they're right next to each other.
all right.
He robbed the bank, and he tried to hide in Taco Bell. They fucking chased him in there, and then he ran into the trash cans, tried to fucking pull out on him, took him out. So stay away from our Target, all right? Because the
Dude,
cops don't fuck around up here.
There's a documentary about Fontana PD being corrupt on YouTube. Like,
Hey.
they've killed a lot of dudes the last 5 years,
So
dude.
when you get pulled over, hands in the air.
Hands outside, not on the steering wheel.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Just follow the rules. And yes, keep your camera on. But I hardly see cops around here. Like, if I do see them, they're just like they just driving past. They don't. I never see them like pull people over or anything. So
Dude, it cracks below the 210. People are getting pulled over. People
I
are getting
fucking-
beat up. Dude.
I hate driving Fontana, man. Fontana feels like LA. Like there's traffic 24/7.
Yeah.
It takes me so long to get home because I take the streets from. I'll take the freeway, then I take the streets at a certain point. Trucks up the ass, fucking cars, like, and no matter what, there's always construction too. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of work by the speedway, and they're doing some construction. That shit's been there for like 2 months. Cones, there's only one lane, the bunch of cones. No fucking construction being done, and it's been like that for 2 months. I'm like, you assholes, fucking open it up so we can drive through here because it takes so damn long. Like Cherry Avenue sucks.
Dude, I might have a Liam Z tip. Supposedly, you know how they opened the Cypress overpass?
No, I don't know that
Like
area.
past Sierra? They were supposed to be between Sierra and Cedar because that's so packed with traffic. But the former mayor lived that way, so he's like, nah, put it over on Cypress. Dude, and it's always empty, like, because the traffic congestion is between Cedar and Sierra, like on the 10.
Why do they call you Leo Fontana? Just because you're from Fontana?
That was just I was like, because I did a buddy system mic and the little raffle ticket said name and location. So I just go by Leo and then location. I was like, I'll put Fontana. And then they're like, Leo Fontana. And everyone's like, damn, that sounds hard. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep that.
I'm gonna do Andy Fontana next time I
Andy
go there.
Fontana. Andy Fontana.
Andy Fontana. Have you seen that guy online that's like, I'm from the IE, I do this and that.
Oh yeah, those are whack.
I'm just saying
They're
that
all whack.
you're like, I'm Leo, I'm from Fontana. Of course I put my name on tickets and you're talking about those little raffle
Yeah, the
tickets?
little to
Oh,
sign up for the
oh, it actually says
it
location.
says name, location.
Oh, I never really read it. I just write my name on it. But
Yeah, I was like, okay.
that's what's funny because the first time I went to Chatterbox, I didn't know there was separate lists for like the
Oh yeah.
non-binary or whatever. I just wrote my name down. I didn't know you're supposed to put it in the hat. And then they came looking for me and they're like, "Are you Andy?" And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "You signed up for the non-binary list?" So I was like, "What?" Like,
Oh,
and they're like, "I think you signed the wrong thing." I'm like, well, okay." She's like, "You're supposed to put your name in the hat." Like, I'm like, "You assumed I was a non-binary," but I honestly just didn't know. But I wrote my name down wrong. I was an idiot, you know.
dude, if you were like, yeah, I am, they're like, why could you do the Sunday show? Well, we're free 2 weeks from
I
now.
love that place, man. That place is sick. Like everyone's, all the comics are sick there. I met a lot of people there. That's where I met Seven. I met Stevana. I had her on here. Shout out to Stevana.
She's all Christian now, I guess. She's like rebuking shit on
Oh yeah,
podcasts.
because we were talking about prostitutes and stuff.
Dude, that shit offended me. She's like, oh, if you're banging prostitutes, there's something wrong with
I
you.
was, I
I was
was
like, oh,
I was
fuck.
just joking, but yeah, that was funny. But I- who else did I meet there? Like, trying to think. I think I met Darby there. Met Seven there. There's
I
a-
met Owen Parker there, dude.
I met him somewhere else. He told me about that, Mike. But that place is sick. Like, um, every time I go there, it's a fucking blast. But I always end up getting last. I never get a good
Dude,
spot.
I'm always lucky because I guess they cut it to 2 minutes after 11.
No, I hate that shit.
I'm always right before. I'm always the last spot before 2 minutes. I'm like,
That place cracks. You know what I like is that people actually stick around. And like, most of them actually go to it's other comics there. They're on their phone. They're not paying attention. That's like the closest to an actual audience you get where people respect you and actually listen.
that's a good point, huh?
Because most places you go to, yeah, I've seen you 100 places, whatever. I've done this too, or I'll walk out on you because I've seen you 100 times. But there, it's like no one's on their phones. They're just engaged. It's like the perfect setup. Like a lot of places, you go to breweries or bars and there's like games on in the background and no one's paying attention. It's just like, fuck, man, like dedicate this to comedy only. Turn off the TVs, no bullshit. That's what I like about theirs. Everything's shut off, lights off,
But yeah.
comedy.
Yeah, I think Steve Hernandez also pushes like he doesn't want comics outside. He wants them all inside paying
But
attention
it's not that big. There's a lot of people, so sometimes I step out just to get air, like,
too.
and I smoke. But it's like they run that shit great. It's fucking perfect. I love that spot.
Yeah.
There's some girl I went to high school with that does mics there too. I don't know her, but
Oh,
my brother knows her. She's one of the hosts, but I've never talked
oh,
to her.
what host?
I don't remember her, Karina or something.
Segun?
I-
Oh yeah,
I
she's from Claremont, I think. Yeah,
She
you're
was
right.
my brother's age, and uh, I went to. I was gonna talk to her, but I didn't want to look weird. Like, hey, so we went to high school together, yeah. I didn't know her. She's a friend. I remember her. Like, she was my brother's grade, and I just remember her.
And that's kind of how I got into comedy because some girl that went to my high school that was in my brother's grade, she started in comedy. And that's how I found out about the buddy since in like 2017. And like I was like, dude, this chick from my high school could do comedy. I could do comedy. But it took me like 5 years after that to actually
Does she still do comedy?
Nah, she did it for like 2 years and not sporadically. She'll show up. She doesn't do it anymore.
I'm gonna give a shout out to this next chick. I fucking love her. She's so funny. I remember when I met her at the Claremont mic, Selena Johnson. She's a fucking killer. I met her at the Claremont mic. She fucking killed. And then I saw her at the Chatterbox. She fucking killed. And now she's like hosting now. She fucking blew
Yeah,
up.
she hosted last week.
She's one of the people I was supposed to have on here, but like the scheduling, like I said, we're gonna have her on here. I want her on here because I didn't know this, but I used to listen to hardcore metal in high school, and her husband or boyfriend, I don't know, sorry, I don't know if you guys are married or whatever it is.
She's married.
Her husband, he used to be in a band. I didn't remember when she told me that I remember them, like from back in the day. Fucking sick ass band, like hardcore. I love hardcore, but she's friends with like I knew guys from bands that are now they're all married and have families, and she's still friends with them. So it's like small world, but
Do you know Art Marquez too? He was like in bands and shit back in the day too.
didn't know that.
No,
He never talked about music to me, but I want to have him on one soon, whatever. Like, there's so many fucking people, but
yeah.
Selena, I want to have you on because we need another girl. We need some more diversity,
Yeah.
and I'm proud of her. She's fucking killing it out there. I'm like, she's booking shows up to her. I'm like, can you show me how to do that? Like, But she's so funny. She's natural. Like I said, she's a chill ass chick. Like I met her maybe 6 months to a year ago. I don't remember, but
Yeah, I think she's been in college for like a year.
yeah, she fresh out the game. She was killing it already. Like she's a natural. Some people, you don't need to be taught this shit. You have it. You know.
Dude, I know she has a fine ass Mexican friend. Dude, every time that I see Celia, I see her friend, I'm always like, damn, she's fine as fuck. But she's like a teacher and shit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Tame yourself. This is a family
Shout
friendly
out
show.
Fucking Celia Johnson's friend.
I don't know who he's talking about, but whatever. Like I see her with random people all the time, but
No, I always see her with that one chick,
a Mexican girl?
like black hair.
I'm sorry, don't know. Is she light skinned?
Yeah. She's kind of thick too, dude.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I I can't remember. I can't remember.
I can't remember her name.
Do not say her name.
Alright.
Anyways, I don't know what he's talking about, but apparently TMZ has a crush on Selena's girl. Hey, is she single, Selena? Is she single? TMZ is single. Maybe they can mingle.
Does she need a small check? No, illegal small check.
Anyways, we're done talking about her. Selena, I wanted to have you on. I can't wait to talk bullshit, music, whatever. But anyways, where are we at the time? All right, so you have anything to promote? Do you have any shows coming up? Mike, you just gonna hit up Mike's?
Yeah, mine.
Where's your next mic you're gonna go to?
Damn. I don't know.
The Claremont one's gone. Rest in peace.
Oh yeah, dude. Mike's always have a short run because eventually comics are saying wild shit and eventually.
That's me, baby.
I tried not, dude. I'm starting to be more clean because I don't want to be that.
Nope,
guy.
I'm gonna say whatever I want.
Dude, I used to say that shit because it sucks with all these mics. There's always like little kids and old ladies.
There shouldn't be little kids. This is
I know,
adult
like-
entertainment.
Then little by little, I was like, I'm tired of saying dirty shit for the little kids and old ladies. So I started getting more.
I've only had children twice at a show. It was once they added some. There was some benefit thing, and they added some. There was for some kids, and I didn't know. I wouldn't have done it, but there was like elementary school children in the audience, and I wouldn't have done it. But anyways, and then recently I did an open mic where the guy had his baby with him, but there's a baby, so it didn't matter.
No, I mean like kids that they know what you're saying.
What kids? What shows you be doing? You do?
Dude, breweries, people bring their kids
Oh yeah,
all
because
the
they're family
time.
friendly. Yeah,
It
but-
sucks.
that's because they can't take them to the bar or the biker
Yeah.
bar.
And it's weird, like kids and breweries all the time.
Okay, but what I'm gonna tell you straight up, comedy is adult content, clean comedy or not. Like,
Yeah.
don't have kids there. Like, even if you're saying clean comedy, like they're gonna interrupt the show, they're gonna cry, they're gonna.
They're gonna run.
It's like
They're
being in the
always
it's like being in the movies. Like,
for real.
stay quiet. So like I said, clean or not, no kids. Like it's just adult entertainment. Like
I think most of those people don't know like a comedy show's gonna happen. They're just hanging out at a brewery with their kids, and then it's like, hey everybody,
I used to go to Kingsbury with my kids, and there was times where there was comedy shows there back in the day.
Well, they used to have open mics back in the
No,
day.
they had shows there way before I did comedy, like 10 years ago.
Those shows?
Well, this was 10 years ago. I had no idea. I have no idea who these people were. We were walking in, and the owner stopped me and said, "Hey, we're doing a comedy night here. Just letting you know." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't give a fuck." And we went in, but he warned us. But I'm saying like,
That's cool. Did you ever watch the comedy?
yeah, we went in for a bit, but it was so fucking crowded. This is Kingsbury when it was back in the day before they blew up. So it was just inside. They didn't have the whole. Now they have a whole sick ass outside
Yeah.
seating area. They have like WWE Scantron fucking thing. It's pretty sick there. If you ever been to one, it's like Upland / Ontario / Rancho. It's like
It's off of Arrow, right?
it's in a fourth or I don't fucking
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
It's like in the middle of nowhere, but it's a sick ass brewery. But I went in there and the guy was like, "Yeah, we're doing a comedy show," and I had my kids with me. And I was like, "I don't care, we're fine." But we left because it was crowded. But like I said, if there's gonna be adult entertainment there, like the owner should tell people like, "Hey, there's
Yeah.
gonna be whatever."
Because no one tells them. I don't think anyone tells these people or older. There's always like senior citizens too. And
I had
fuck.
the last mic I did at the Wolf, there was one old couple and then that baby, and then the rest was all comics. And the old dude was laughing his ass off. The old lady looked like she just was tired. She just wanted to go home, you know.
Dude, old ladies, I swear, never laugh. They're always just like, what are they
The-
talking about?
the
Like,
husband-
every time.
I have a bit where I talk about like how I'm married and I don't have sex, and then he was like, like laughing his ass off, and then he had his arms folded.
Oh.
But yeah, he was like, "Oh, I get it. I get it." But yeah, like I said, I don't give a fuck. Like you can be clean all you want. I have a couple semi, but I'm good. Like I have to be me. This is how I talk. You know, like it's adult entertainment. Like I've seen clean comedy. I don't like clean comedy. Like it's okay, but I'm no fucking Jerry Seinfeld. He's a genius at what he does. He's mastered that. But
Yeah.
like I said, maybe I'll eventually have clean comedy. Right now, I don't give a fuck. You know, like I'm still new. I'm less than 2 years in. Like I will have I have a couple clean jokes that I don't say really anymore, but it just I feel like the like when I don't censor myself, I get better reactions. Like
Right. I heard a good tip that's like if you have a joke, write a clean version if you're doing a dirty version, or write two versions. I'm like, that's
I
smart.
remember seeing the old clips of Dave Chappelle, like in the '80s when he was doing comedy. He's like, "Oh, I got my butt kicked." Like he's using like he didn't say I got my ass kicked. He said
Uh,
he's like, "Oh, I got my butt kicked,"
got whooped.
and he said my butt kicked. Like, and you watch this clip.
Corny. That's on.
He looked. This was Dave Chappelle in the '80s, and he was doing the clean censored shit.
Yeah.
You see him now, he's the one of the biggest comics in the world. He ain't doing that bullshit. So yeah, it might work at certain clubs or TV shows or whatever, but
Yeah.
don't invite me. I don't want to come.
Dude, I remember shout out fucking Bernie Sanchez. He
Hey,
said I would never pay to see a clean comic. I was like, dude, if you put it that way, I don't think I'd ever pay.
who's Bernie Sanchez?
He's a comic from like San Jacinto Valley.
Exactly. Like I said, it's each to each his own. Like
Yeah.
if you have something big and they require you to be fucking clean, then go for it. But like I said, don't invite me. I
You
won't
get
come.
you get more opportunities and shit if you're clean.
That was the old way. The new way nowadays, like
So,
now everybody just it's free speech. You say whatever you want. You should be allowed to. Like
yeah.
it's one of the last dying arts that you can express yourself and can talk like that. Like I have dirty jokes, dark jokes. Never once has anyone come up to me after a show and said, "Oh man, you shouldn't have done that," or "That was."
Fuck.
Have you ever had anybody do that? They've never done that to me. So
I think I don't think.
actually, I lied. One time I did my joke, my Spanish joke, how I don't speak Spanish, and then some Mexican dude was like, "Hey, you really don't speak Spanish?" I was like, "Nah." He's like, "Oh, that was risky, bro." I was like, "Risky? Fuck off." Anyways, all right, we're gonna wrap this up now. Normally we would be telling this guy where to find him, but he doesn't have social media, so he does, but it's a secret. Anyways, so everyone give it up for fucking Leo TMZ, what do you want to call him? But if you want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is AndyC_comedy. The podcast is the Crimson Comedy Show on Instagram. We have YouTube, Spotify. It's all the Crimson Comedy Show. So for the 4 followers watching, thank you. But listen, you guys heard it here first. This is going to be IE's #1 comedy podcast.
Sing it to what's that shit called?
Speaking to the universe, right?
Yeah, speaking to existence. It's another
Hey,
term.
white girls do a board. It's called like
Manifesting.
Yeah.
We're manifesting this shit.
there's
bro.
boards they put up on a board and they put everything their goals and it's just something like that. Manifestation board. I don't know. Anyways, I'm just fucking around. Shout out to all the IE podcasts, comics. Anyways, TMZ was here. We gotta go. Thank you guys. Good night.